We have our workstation system that has GPU in it. It's a small form factor. It does have this GPU. What can we do in regards to gaming on it? And in addition to that, gaming on Linux. So I know there's tons of videos out there on it, tons of guides, everything like that. I also wanted to throw myself into an operating system that I've been looking a lot into, but haven't really played with, haven't had a reason to, but today, give myself that reason. Howdy there folks, Zach Perry back here again for another HomeLab video. So today we're going to be using the home workstation, and let's go through the specs that we have right now. So we have 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, an i5 12600K Intel processor, 500 gig M.2 NVMe, no OS because, as I said, we're putting CachyOS on this, and a 4060 8 gig low profile model. And let's actually look at the size that we have here. So it's 9.13 by 4.14 by 8.20, coming in at a small 9 pounds. So one of the things that I really wanted to do with this is we're going to do two videos. So the first one today is going to be talking a little bit about CachyOS, a little bit about the tools we're using to monitor, and then seeing what kind of performance we can get. Just not doing any tunings to the BIOS, to CachyOS, to the graphics card, anything like that. Completely fresh install. All I've done is install Steam and see what a few games in my library that are going to be good benchmarks, at least I feel. So Cyberpunk 2077, Clear Obscura, Expedition 33, and what was the other one now? Oh yeah, of course, Elden Ring. Don't judge me on how poorly I play this. I game on my Steam Deck or console, PS5, whatever. Not huge into keyboard mouse, and I didn't take a controller in, so you're going to see me play very poorly at all of these games, especially Elden Ring. Feel free to flame me in the comments, and of course critique my build. I'm in the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC. Got there with a lot of summons, a lot of help, let's just say. But before I start ranting and rambling again, let's actually go in and look at CachyOS a little bit. So I've been hearing a lot recently that this is great OS. It's built on Arch Linux for gaming. So blazingly fast, customizable Linux distro, designed for lightning fast speed, stability. So the thing with Arch is that it is doing updates at, well, it's constantly updating. It's always at the bleeding edge. So you're always going to have to be doing things like updates, things like that. But kind of my first time using Arch and CachyOS in general there. But I would say the short time that I spent with it, I'm a really big fan of it so far. It is a little bit different to get used to the package manager, you know, using Pacman instead of apt or DNF, but that's a small price to pay. It's really smooth, it is really responsive, but CachyOS, they also have a really well laid out wiki, especially for what we're doing today, which is gaming with CachyOS. So gives you some caution, and of course, you know, ensure your graphics card drivers are installed. That's going to be for any OS. Essential packages here, so let's see what else. If you're doing different kind of launcher setups, anti-cheat support, if you're using Wine, let's see, what else do we have? Use Wine, CachyOS OPT, even have some FAQ sections here, so they even go into dual GPU laptops, general system tweaks. So this is what we'll be leveraging a bit, along with some of my own findings, just doing some Googling to see what in the next video, how we can really bump up the performance, if we can bring the temperatures down a little bit. So to actually monitor our system, we're going to be using two different tools that are going to work hand in hand. The first one is MangoHUD, so that's going to give us a view of our actual FPS, our thermals for each core, the GPU, if there's any throttling going on. So a lot of great information that we can get while we're playing the game. We're going to try and pump it out to the, maybe not the highest settings, but at least high. Right now, this will be recorded on a 1080p monitor. So I am trying to get a 1440 for our next video, so we'll be able to get, a little bit of a better view there. But let's actually go in now. Along with MangoHUD, we're going to be using GOverlay or GOverlay. It's basically going to give a GUI to MangoHUD. So to make things a lot easier, administration, we don't have to mess around with any config files or anything if we don't want to. But with that said, let's actually go into our Steam. I was going to say Steam OS. I played Steam Deck, my Steam Deck way too much, but let's open Steam here and let's open our first game, which is going to be Cyberpunk. So once we get into it here, we can see that there is a little bit of thermal throttling, but still solid 60. It seems to be performing well. GPU is a little pinned there, but also remember that this is a brand new install, no tunings, tweaks, anything to the GPU, the OS, BIOS, anything has been done yet. So we can definitely bring those temperatures down, get performance up a bit, I feel. And it was the same thing with Elden Ring there. Now, I'm not going to let it drop frame rate or anything like that, really show how bad I am at this. So we kind of seen the same things there. So we'll show a little bit of a highlight here of me being terrible at it.
I accept your surrender.
Definitely getting a controller for the next one. And then Clear Obscura 33, a little bit of a newer game there, probably one of my favorite games this year. Again, a little bit, it's chugging along, 60 FPS, excuse me, and GPU pinned a little bit, but again, we're going to see if we can bring those down, do some tunings, and see how we can really modify the system from a software perspective to actually, perform a little bit better, or to bring those temperatures down. So there's a lot of things we can do. A lot of it will be similar to gaming on Windows, so making sure your drivers are up to date, maybe changing some settings with the BIOS for the CPU or the RAM. But in the next video, we're going to go through all of these in detail, see how far we can kind of push this system. And yeah, I'm excited to see what our next steps are going to be. With that said, hope to see y'all next time. If you want to see everything that we have on offer, head on over to store.45homelab.com. That'll be down in the description, along with the guides and the CachyOS OS download section. And if you want to see our socials, those will also be down in the description below. So with that said, see y'all next time. Have a good one.